Hello and welcome to another domination battle on the channel. I'll be bringing in the Warriors of Chaos. My opponent Joe will be bringing in the evil rats. We'll start over here since I've already panned over here. We have some gutter runners of poison, night runners, some hidden rattling guns, doom wheel, Skaven slaves, and very evil tech of the rats, the avalanche mortars. And good old Icket Claw on, I don't know which machine. It's not the Doom Wheel, it's way too small. I don't know. I'm drawing blanks on it, but I'm sure I'll find out later. What I've brought to the table is good old Sigvald. I feel like he's a very good duelist. Especially with that regeneration. Very good stats and silver shields with 110 armor. Frontline of Marauders, okay chaff unit, I guess, but the real meat behind them will be the armored chaos trolls. Do have some aspiring champions, so they're only at 16 model count, with them being almost 10,000 HP, 120 armor with silver shields, 40 melee attack, 45 melee defense, and 96 weapon strength. Every model is pretty much going to pack a punch. And for our last starting bit of the army will be the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, with just the burning head, because well, rats are low leadership, so kind of want to exploit that. But it does call in a warp lightning cannon. Don't really have a response to it right now. I would have to kind of like chug through the rat's forces to be able to get to it. So for now, it'll be able to essentially free fire. Fast forward here a little bit as we all kind of just get in position, get ready to throw down. War lightning fire. First shots do go into some marauders, taking about 6 units, but you know, dead units is dead units. These marauders over here being pelted by the gutter runners. Over time, the gutter runners are definitely just gonna chew up those marauders. We do see the first volley of the avalanche mortars. Thank God it went into Prince Sigvald. It would have been awful for me, but thankfully for my opponent at least, the next volley will be going into the marauders, which we're gonna watch. We do see it at the last second, but still the devastation that it causes, doing about a fourth in their health and damage. So if that would have been a direct hit, it would have been bad. But since we ran out of its attack range, the avalanche mortars retarget onto the closest thing to it. And look what the closest thing is. I did get my one good rats being rats moment. It's usually a Skaven. You're definitely going to have some casualties, as a burning head and a cleansing ruin from our opponent does go down at relatively the same time. Cleansing ruin plus avalanche mortars are just going to decimate whatever infantry I had there. So those marauders were full health. Warp lightning comes down to kind of add insult to injury on my end. But over here, the objective 3, the opponent does have the point. He's skirmishing a lot. Skaven slaves getting tied up by chaos trolls. But we're gonna stick over here because that's where a lot of the fighting going on. Thankfully, the avalanche mortars are still shooting into these running marauders, but now that they're out of the range, they're going to be firing onto the next target. But he does get an attack order onto these marauders, so these marauders are not long for this world. We do have a overcast warp lightning. You just see the Icket Claw doing a little bit of damage to himself, but warp lightning plus brass orb plus avalanche mortars equals dead marauders. These chaos trolls they're kind of overextended, being shot up by the night runners and the warp lightning cannon. They will be shredded here shortly. Prince Sigvald does fight on the point, kind of beating back the Doom Wheel and the Skaven slaves. Icket Claw kind of getting a right proper bashing with the good old clubs. Sigvald gets in there and Icket Claw will be routing. Over here on objective 3, we have captured it. Sorry, it's a bit of a dry throat right now, so I'm trying to drink as much water as I can while also casting, so I don't lose my voice mid cast. But we did summon in some hell scourges to kind of be a very fast cavalry piece. I do like them. Fast, physical resistance. They have a passive soul hunters, so the more kills they get, the better they get. With increases the leadership up to 16, damage resistance up to 10%, and charge bonus of up to +10. So effectively making their physical resist, I would say almost, yeah, pretty much doubling it. Right? Yeah. Wait. There they are. Yeah, pretty much doubling it. The rats don't do a lot of magical damage. Say like things like play call catapult. And I believe avalanche mortars also do magic damage, so that will kind of get around it. But everything else, infantry wise, will have a tough time against them. We did summon in some Forsaken and the ROR Sever Claw. I really like this. I feel like they're pretty much a staple piece for Warriors of Chaos. I don't know of a matchup you don't bring them in. But versus rats, you definitely bring them in. They don't have a lot of great answers for aspiring champions in the first place. And the ROR version will be able to, I think they're able to kind of like bash with any of their infantry that they can bring, and any large target they do bring, the Sever Claw are going to chew up. So you finally beat the rats back. Even though he does have some rat ogres over here, that's causing us a little bit of problems. Going to be chewing up these marauders, but we armored chaos trolls there and aspiring champions. I feel like we'll have that pretty much in the bag. Warp lightning cannons still singing off in the distance, currently at a value of 422. And I think the reason why it's only at value 422 because it is shooting at targets like Sigvald. If it shoots Sigvald, which yeah, it's shooting at Sigvald. Sigvald's pretty much just going to be able to heal back all damage that's dealt to him from these warp lightning cannons. We did summon in the Megalith Vortex Beast, a very nice unit. Has this barrier, pretty good combat stats with opponents versus large, and a Mortis Engine effect. Play call catapult, swinging over here into these marauders and aspiring champions. Rattling gunners being just the bane of my existence and destroying my hell scourges over here. So I have to find another opening to get to them. We do summon in a new unit of hell scourges to hopefully pick up where the others left off, because it's just a sea of green. I do like rattling gunners, but goodness, going up against them, it's kind of scary if you don't have like range capabilities to kind of just put it into them. But we do have fast pieces like the hell scourge to lock them down, which we'll watch this charge right here as the rat-a-tat-tat finally goes silent. Yeah, and another piece here, like right now it's shooting into the Exalted Hero. Granted, the Exalted Hero can't heal, but he is a smaller target, and if one hits him, it does run the risk of knocking him over, so then other shots won't be able to hit him, because we do dodge a shot right there, thankfully. Trolls have gotten into the back line to stop the warp lightning cannon, but they're immediately surrounded by Skaven slaves with spears. So definitely need help there. I believe the Chaos Trolls would win, but was just it's really like just me wanting to avoid like unnecessary damage taken to bring back up with the expiring champions. Another Flensing Ruin going down on my Hell Scourges. I'll say it will do pretty decent damage, and lowering their armor down to 0 is definitely a big boon. We do see the mass horde of Skaven slaves coming up. rat ogres beating up my poor doggos, but the the Mule Vortex Beast, he won't take that lying down as he body slams a rat ogre. We do have objective 1 fairly secured. We're just running off some like tattered storm vermin and things like that. Warp lightning does go down those Forsaken over there. They're just, oh, they're getting eat up. But I do see this blob over here, so I do move the Vortex Beast up and the Sorcerer of Fire. I'm sure you can guess what I have planned, and hopefully my opponent doesn't see it. As we get a very meaty burning head going through these Skaven slaves. They don't have the highest leadership in the first place, along with the burnt giving them -8, and I believe the Vortex Beast also causes terror. He does. So those two things combined is going to terror out these poor little Skaven slaves. Not a whole lot of fighting is going on right now. As we used to look at damage values, I am barely ahead. I have been able to get into like his expensive pieces, and that has definitely been something that's been able to help me this game. As you see over here, Hellstriders getting into these Rattling Gunners. Hellstriders will win, even though they are pretty beat up, and Rattling Gunners not really the best in melee. But again, he's had a very hard time this game being able to like protect his units. Those Skaven slaves that did run away are coming back as the Mule Beast chases off pretty much. I mean, heck, getting 3 units is or is that 4 actually will go pretty good for him. But Claw comes in. I believe he's calling down a warp. Yes, a warp lightning. Warp lightning with his AP values will do really good, even against like monstrous infantry. Brass orb also comes down to kind of tie up the chaos trolls. Like I said, these aspiring champions have been doing very good. Granted, they've only got 66 kills, but their value is about to go upwards. Fighting the storm vermin. We do throw in a burning head. Unfortunately, it does veer off a little bit. It doesn't go down the entire line, so sometimes it's hit or miss. But storm vermin will have backup Blade Claw Catapult and the Skaven slaves over here, making the fight a little bit rougher than what I would like for my aspiring champions. Sickbold is done chasing off some random units. We call in more Hell Scourges, more Chaos Armor Trolls. Opponent is capturing objective 3 because I don't everything I had on it kind of just I ran off to somewhere else. But our Chaos Warhounds of Poison do end up catching these sneaky little gutter runners. Vortex Beast is coming back home onto objective 3 to help out the Warhounds. Warhounds will lose this fight in just a straight up one-on-one fight, but with the addition of a good old Vortex Beast, it'll definitely turn the tides for us and help. I'm gonna watch this charge. I just love its animations. It just charges in angrily. But unfortunately, it looks like they kind of get away. No, here he comes. Slap. Do the laser. No, it's just another sweep. It's fine. Oh, here's the laser. There it is. Really like its animations. But does having 2 points captured. My opponent kind of struggling here or there. Being ran off of point 3. It will be recapturing point 3. It'll be GG. So like I always say at the end of these, it's a huge thank you to my opponent. I wouldn't be able to make these videos like if I didn't have him. So a big thank you to him. we're still, a learning process, so we're both kind of, we're figuring out here and there. Look at damage values here. These chaos armored or armored chaos trolls definitely end up paying for themselves. I think a good number of kills too. Sigvald, I feel like if you don't dedicate resources to him, he's just going to, you know, he's going to be an anchor point. For my opponent, the Avalanche Mortars, though it doesn't say they got a lot of value, again, the only things that would really shoot into infantry wise would be the Marauders. Marauders are dirt cheap. So even though it just says 738 damage value, uh, personally, I think they pretty much paid for themselves because they cleared out the chaff for the armor trolls to start taking like more damage than what they would have. But all in all, pretty fun fight. Really enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time. A goodbye.